Okay, today in Lesson 8 we're doing objective is round a given decimal to any place value using place value understanding and the vertical number line. The biggest thing you're going to see different, instead of we're using word form, we're actually going to start using the decimal fractions, the actual standard numbers. Okay? On question 1A, it's having us write the decomposition that helps you and then round the given place value. Draw number lines to explain your thinking. Now, like I said, we're kind of going to go back to using the standard form. And if we look at the first one says to the hundredth. So, in all actuality, I'm just going to write this number to the hundredth. So if I have 43 and 58 hundredths, okay, and that's all I should really have down here. I don't like it that they put in that extra digit. That means up top I'm looking at 43 and 59 hundredths. You're putting those zeros in because they want you to see that the very center would be 43 and 58 and 5 thousandths. Now when I'm looking to put the number in here, the actual number is 43 and 58, where this is 58.5. This is actually 58.6 thousandths. So we're going to put it right here, and we're rounding to the nearest hundredth, so we know that it's above the line, so we'd end up going to 43 and 59 hundredths. On the same, if we went to the tenths this time, we're going to look, and we're only going to 43 and 58 because we're rounding to the tenths position. So we know the bottom number is going to be 43 and 5 tenths. The top number is going to be 43 and 6 tenths, which means down here in the center, since our bottom was 43.5, the center one's going to be 43 and 55 hundredths. Now when we look at the number, we're rounded to the tenths, so we're going to have to go to the hundredths, and we know this is 58, this is 55, so 58 would be right around in here somewhere. You shouldn't have that 6 in there. But since it's above, on or above the center, we know we're going to round to 43 and 6 tenths. The last one, we're rounded to the closest ones place, which you can see in this one. We know we have 43 on the bottom. One more than that is going to be 44 on the top. In the center it's going to be 43 and 5 tenths, because that's the next place value. Now if we look here, we're rounding this number, and we're rounded to the ones position, so we're actually saying 43 and 5 tenths would be right here. We're not worried about all this extra number in there. We're looking at 43 and 5 tenths. But since it's on the line, we know that we're going to round up to 44. Okay, on this question, it says a decimal number has 2 digits to the right of its decimal point. That means it's going all the way out to the hundredths position. If we round it to the nearest tenth, the result is 18 and 6 tenths. So it wants to know what is the maximum possible value of this number. Now the key to this is that it's saying that you're rounding it to the tenths position. So we know we're going out to the hundredths. So if we wrote this 18.6 tenths, it would end up being 1860 hundredths. Now if I was to count this up, I'd end up with 1861, 1862, 1863, 1864, and we know in the center here it's going to be 1865 hundredths. And if I wanted to keep counting what could, it'd be 1866, 1867, 1868, 1869, and 1870. Now the question says, what is the maximum value of this number for it to round to 18 and 6/10? Well, if it's 2 digits to the right of the decimal point, I know that if I have 18 and 64 hundredths, anything from here down is going to round to 1860. Anything from halfway, which is 1865 hundredths, up will round to 18.7. So the largest number this could be where it has 2 digits past the decimal point is going to be 1864 hundredths, which will be written as 18.